Have you done a cat wedding yet?
What?
I've not.
I don't
If they
know.
wanted, no, that's a good thing. If they wanted to have their little
Like a cat themed or with cats, of cats?
All
Replace-
cats.
Is 100% a cat lady.
Yep, you
All
seem
thing
like, yep,
cats.
Yep, he seems like the type that have the cats at his wedding. Yeah, respectfully.
All right. Founded in 2016, Events by Melody has quickly become one of Minneapolis's premier wedding planning and design firms for its creative vision and top-tier service. The company has received numerous awards and accolades, and their talent and passion for creating unforgettable events and their unwavering commitment to excellence. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
coming in.
having me,
We've
yeah.
talked about this for a minute to get you in here.
Oh, yeah.
So thank
A
you.
lot of excuses. Well, you tell me it's past, 6, 7 p.m.
I know.
I'm out. You're like,
you came up to me too, and
I'm
you're like,
out.
"Hey, I want to come on the show
Yep,
sometime."
know.
And I was
Well,
like,
that was the champagne.
I was like, "Hey, how about this date?" And you're like, "Yeah, if it's not at like 2, I can't."
it's like, yeah, that's going out to eat with friends too. If it's not before 6,
You're like
Well-
early bird special
Yep,
or nothing.
Yep. Oh,
we
yeah.
finally talked
Yep.
you into it.
We are
you're
here.
here.
Yeah.
So you've been in events for like 9-ish years.
9 years in July. Yeah.
Do you have anything big coming up on? It's like a loaded question, I guess, right off the bat. But like for your 10-year, are you doing something big?
I want to throw a party for my 10 year. I saw Ashley
So
did
it'll
that.
be a year from-
a year
year
this
from July.
next
Okay,
summer.
so you got
we'll
some
probably
time to
do an
plan it.
off season or
Yeah.
something. But definitely want to do a party. But
Well,
no,
that's not bad though.
no, it's slower. Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, nothing else really on the radar. Just the Big 10, and I feel like I'm getting old in the industry. And
It happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
so-
that party. Another excuse to just.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I love an excuse. Yeah, to party.
yeah.
Probably get a limo, hit up Renee's, and
That
be
sounds
fun.
do it
bar hop or
big.
something?
So yeah.
What's your style of like? What would you, if you had to plan it right now?
Oh, okay. So we would probably have a sick venue, like, I don't know, maybe Machine Shop or something, or the Whim. I don't know, one of those. I'm throwing out names now, right?
Yep.
But if we could get like, Kendrick Lamar playlist, you guys know that.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were gonna say Kendrick Lamar. I was like, oh,
Yeah, if we could get him too, that would be, yeah.
Here
I
it
mean,
comes,
that's
yeah.
not, it's not really going to happen, but a playlist, get like Benny Nord or someone on the DJ. I'm a DJ girly. So,
yeah. that's
yeah, and just,
fun.
I don't know, a lot of champagne, espresso martinis, and
I mean, those are all the key things you need for a party.
it's just,
right
it's
there.
it's
That's
an
it.
event that people would say, you know what, that was a melody.
Yeah.
That was totally her.
I like
So yeah,
it.
incoming party. So save the dates coming soon, right?
Yeah, I love
see.
espresso martinis these days too. I'm hooked on those.
Yeah.
So 9 years ago, like how does it come about? Like getting into events?
Yeah. So I used to work a 9 to 5, hated it,
Yep.
like in marketing at an engineering firm. I was not an engineer. I was a marketer. And
It's not an easy thing to market either, because it's like you either need it or you don't.
oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I talked
like,
about roundabouts and traffic lights,
Yeah,
and
very exciting
literally was
stuff.
like, got to get out of this. But
Yeah.
I was doing like their holiday parties and stuff, and I kind of liked event planning. I always was like, I kind of have like a thing for that, and called it Events by Melody, same name, so pretty original, and threw on a Facebook page and like a website just for fun, like when I was bored at work, and one thing led to another, and people were reaching out, and they're like, "Do you do weddings?" And that wasn't originally. I was like, "We're gonna do corporate events."
Oh, okay. Interesting.
People are like, "Would you do my wedding?" And I'm like, "Sure, yeah,
Ain't
it's an
nothing to it.
event."
Yeah, it's an event.
Yeah, we got into
nothing
weddings,
different about
and
that.
I think I did one corporate event. It was for like my full time job at the time. But yeah, just the wedding skyrocketed, and here I am, a wedding planner, and
That was
never
actually-
thought though that
I was going to ask you, like, you don't do any corporate stuff now.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
weddings, strictly
no.
weddings.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
You miss it.
What, the 9 to 5?
No,
or-
the corporate events.
No, not really. I don't know. No, I kind of like the weddings just because it's what I know and I love and I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Would I do one? Maybe if they called, but my wedding or my website says weddings. Like I don't think anyone's going to go on there and be like, yeah, a corporate event.
I've seen it, I guess, a couple times, but
Yeah.
I only ask because, like, I know for Alex and I, like, we're always like, nah, we don't want to do any weddings.
Yep.
Not all, like we'll shoot stuff, but like, we don't want to become wedding videographers.
Videographers, right?
Yep.
It's a very different.
It's different. Yep.
Yeah.
Than
I
corporate.
love the corporate stuff,
Yeah.
and there's no like emotions in it,
Yep.
which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
super nice.
Yeah.
And as a
Yeah.
dude, that's
Yeah.
super icy.
Yep.
Cold.
I feel like though it's so different. Like
No.
corporate events, like I couldn't do both. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you have to find
You
your
sort of
niche.
have to,
Yeah.
yeah. Like even for like on a venue side of things, like I preferred to do one or the other and
Yep.
not
Yep.
try to go back and forth between the two, because it's like you have to be in like a certain mindset sometimes to do weddings. And
Yeah.
I like going back and doing them sometimes, but like sometimes I'm like, I couldn't muster the energy to be excited about like your colors every weekend anymore. But I could do it like a couple times, like a couple times a year, but not all the time.
I do miss the flow of the wedding.
Yeah, that is nice.
Because it usually has
some rhythm.
It's very calculated, and you can like shift it a little bit and stuff like that. But like for the most part, it's going to have that ceremony, and then right in the cocktail hour. Yes, you know what to expect.
Exactly. That's kind of why I like it.
And it has a good flow, I guess. And then there's like, you can see the end.
They're all kind of different too. Yeah. Corporate's kind of the same. Like when I did those corporate events, it's like, well, here's our budget. We want black, lap length linens and the bare bones. And I'm like, this is
it's kind of an outstander to have something that's like a little bit cookie more cutter, spicy with that. What did you like before you started doing the marketing and all that? Like, where you from? Like, where'd you go to school?
Yep. So I went to the U. Went to Normandale for 2 years. Then I went to the U. And just kind of got my degree. Didn't really know, just business marketing. Yeah. Okay. And ended up, I was an admin assistant to a corporation that, got laid off, and which was good. And that's how I ended up in a marketing role in engineering. Yeah. But yeah, I just was like, this isn't for me. So I was actually in the beginning, I'm like, I'm going to be a business owner, but I think I was going to open a doggy daycare. That was kind of the thing. Yeah. But yeah, then I looked into like costs and stuff, and I'm like, maybe we'll just make a website and see what happens. So yeah, Events by Melody. I just threw it out there, told friends and family, good luck, you're going to do great. Just whatever. Like, but now they're like, wow, like
you really built
this
something.
Is for real. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's real.
When you first started, did you have like, if you threw it on Facebook and a website, did you have like contracts and insurance and like?
Not really, no.
A lot of people but I feel that's pretty normal.
I started like now, like I mentor people now, and they're like, how'd you get started? I'm like, I don't recommend the way I did it. Like, you need to go like work at a venue, work for a caterer, like mentor with someone, but like get to know, because I knew nobody. Yeah. But I was doing coffee meetings. So I'd reach out to people like, do you want to get coffee? And
that's a good way to get to know
planner
people,
in town. Or, like go to venues and tour them. So I really hustled the first few years to get.
I feel like that's how I met you initially. Was like you were
like machine shop or something.
Yeah, and I don't remember. I don't think we didn't have coffee, but I just think you came in for a tour and like we're like I'm new, and I was like cool, all right,
yeah. So that's kind of how I got started, but not the way I'd recommend. Again, I would tell people like go mentor and work under someone, but I just got lucky, and just again a lot of hard work.
Yeah, the marketing had to help too.
Marketing, I'm a marketer. I know. I do my website. I do everything.
That had to help.
Yeah.
So that first couple of years of grinding, like what was it that you put into it? Obviously the coffee meetings and stuff, but like what
website, social, and just like meeting people and saying like, here's who I am. It's not like I don't like when I get an email and someone's like, hey, we're a transportation company. How do we get on your preferred vendors list? I just delete it. It's like what? Like it's. Like do something, like ask me to go to coffee, or like send me this cool basketball signed by Nas Reed, something like that. And I'd be like, what?
Manifesting
you're on my preferred vendors list. You're on the list. Give me some courtside tickets to the Timberwolves game.
Yes.
And she can be bought, people.
Yes, you can. That's true.
I love
but no, it was a lot. Like a lot of people I mentor are like, I want to be in your shoes. Like you only work a few weddings a year, and like you got it made. I'm like, you don't know what I did.
Yeah, but you had to climb to get
the first few years was rough.
When they don't see the work, they see the event.
Yeah, they see what's on. They're
like, oh, you work on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
They don't see the 24 hours a day that you're putting in.
They also don't see like the dozens of things that you have to not do in order to work those Saturday nights. Like all the family things
and days, and it's not just the wedding day. Like,
that's a good point.
Like I work like 5 weddings a year, give or take. Like I'm committed to those, and they're the full planning and design. No, we do a lot of like event design, wedding management, but I send my team, right?
Yeah.
My friends are like, you only work like 5 times a year. I'm like, are you kidding me? I work 20. I'm probably working right now during this podcast. I don't know, but I
send an email.
Yeah, she's got her.
Hold on. No, but I'm always it's 24/7, and that's what people don't see.
Even if you're only doing 5 events a year, but you have a team, you're still managing them. You're still like
overseeing
them.
The emails, the meetings, and
there's a ton of admin that comes with that. Like so much admin. How big is your team?
So we have about 10, give or take. They're all
big.
Contractors. Okay. So the direction I'm probably headed, I have a big team. We've done a lot of weddings in the past, but we're kind of going for like that quality over quantity approach. So I know a lot of people are like, why do you still offer wedding management 10 years in? Works for now, but eventually I think I might just be full planning and design and just me and Events by Melody. I am the face. So
you are. Yeah.
That's cool.
We'll see.
Really cool.
I feel like there's a transition point for a lot of planners when they go from that sort of format to like individual only really actually doing like 5 or 6 a year or something like that, and having it be a little bit more focused on that. But it's nice that there are still people that like are part of a bigger team and have more experience who are still doing like day of stuff. Because I do think that it's hard for some people. They can't afford to have a full planner. It's just like not in their wheelhouse. And but it's so important to have that. And I think we can talk about that at some point. We don't have to do it right now, but just like how important it is to have professionals that can help you navigate all of that stuff. So I think it's cool that you still offer that.
Yeah. What was that moment too that like felt like you did make it?
Yeah, I mean, probably, I hate to say it, but when we did 41 weddings a year, I was kind of like, wow, this is it. Like we went from 11 to 41, which was
in 1 year.
In 1 year, 1 year, which was nuts. Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, I'm quitting my full-time job. I got to get a team. I got double bookings. Like, I mean, made it at the time, but now I would not want 41 weddings. Like our sweet spot's like 20. You just burn out. I mean, I've been doing this 9 years, and it's...
What year was that?
2016 into 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this like post-COVID when everybody was scrambling?
No, before COVID, our average was like 40 to 50 a year. Team of like 10 to 15.
That's still like a really high ratio for that big of a team.
Now after COVID, it's like tapering off, and we're doing less and less per year, but they're like, bigger budgets, and so it's kind of I kind of like this pace. It's a lot to do 40, 50.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That's like almost a one every single week, basically.
Yeah,
but it's never actually
that's
spread out
almost
that way.
every single.
Yeah, but it's never spread out that way. They're all like in the same 4 months. Right. Yeah.
And you mentioned like the burnout. Like, what does that look like? Because I feel like a lot of people don't see, like, know it. Like,
no,
when
it's long days, right? You're working all day. You're working till late at night. And I mean, in the beginning, I was doing like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday wedding, which I won't even, like my girls now, they're young. They're like, I'll work a double. And I'm like, I'm not even going to schedule you for 2 because it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Even if you can do it.
It's just hard. It's like, I call it like the wedding hangover. Like that Sunday, I'll just be on the couch, like laying there. And it's like, I don't even know. I'm tired. My feet hurt. My back hurts. And now it's getting worse with age too. I hate to say that.
Doesn't help either for sure.
No, I'm like, this is bad. I'm wearing and tearing. So,
we were just talking about that, the wedding hangover thing with Ariel a little bit last time too.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Burnout's real, but looks on Instagram. It's like, wow, you see the snippets, and it's great. I love it, but long days, and a lot of the venues now require us there till like 1 a.m. and I'm like, that's way past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Way past.
Yeah, wait, how do you do that if you usually are in bed by like 9 o'clock?
I have my assistant stay. I'm like, I'm out of here. You got this till the end, and I'm the owner, so I can do what I want.
You're like, I'm out.
I used to say though, I'd send the assistant home, and my husband's like, why are you staying till the end? I'm like, that's a good point. I'm a boss. I should be making them stay. Yes. So they stay now and hold it down because I'm not. No.
I think it's hard though, like when you're first starting out, especially like if you're still curating a team or like training people, like the control of like making sure everything goes well. Because this is the thing that I always struggled with, especially like on the venue side, not on the planning side. But if a wedding, they've got it booked for 16 hours or whatever, like the beginning and the end are like some of the most important parts, right? So it's like getting people loaded in and set up correctly and then getting everything shut down and ended at the end of the night. So it's like both of those are really important. So like, how do I split this shift up, like, or do I have somebody work the entire thing, which is not awesome, but like sometimes that's the way it goes. Like, I don't know. It's a hard balance.
I've literally had people like apply and they're like, I want to get a job with you. And I'm like, well, come out and work a wedding. And
16
they
hour day.
they see, they're like, well, maybe
they just walk
maybe
out.
That wasn't, I literally, one girl came and she's after the wedding, she's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stick to my day job. I'm like, okay.
Well, at least you made it through.
It's long days, but we love it. That's why we do this, right? We're still doing it, and
I think so. I don't know. Some days I'm like, what am I doing? I had on my bio at one point that I've been doing this for like, I don't know, at that time I think it was like 18 years. I'm creeping up on 21 at this point.
Wow.
But I was like, I've been doing weddings and events and venue management for 18 years. Long past the time of logic and reason at this point. Like, it's just like, why? It's so, I feel like the burnout is extreme in this field. Like, I don't know how accurate this is, but I know at one time there was like one of those lists that's like the top highest burnout careers and like police,
number
firefighters.
3, I think it was,
and like air traffic controllers, I think are always number 1. Probably surgeons somewhere in there, but event planner was one of them.
We were top 5 for sure.
Yep.
Video editing is actually up there too.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it's top 5 as well.
I felt that last night.
Yeah.
I texted you at like 2 a.m. I was like,
I know.
I just got this video pretty much done.
I definitely saw it and was like, nope. not answering right now.
You know, and a little gratification about getting it done.
No,
Nice.
I appreciate it, but I was like, I don't have the wherewithal to engage in a conversation right now, and I won't.
I was just putting it out there in the world.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
It was mostly that I didn't want to forget about it. So I have to, because if I look at it and answer, then it's gone. Like it's out of my brain. And I was like, if I have to do something with this, I'm going to just wait.
Oh,
So,
that's
and
so
also
funny.
I was ignoring you.
I
Just kidding.
get that a lot. So tell me a little bit about the vision or like the process of creating somebody's vision.
Yeah. So, I mean, I offer a few things: full plan design, wedding management. So I'd say if it's full plan, I mean, the vision, just taking that, bringing it to life, working with them throughout the process. We do get still a lot of wedding managements though. So they, just kind of hire us on, whether it's last minute or a few months prior, and execute for them. But I mean, personally, I like the full plan design because then I can see it through and attend all the design meetings, make sure it's good, and make sure it's on track.
Do you do, I'm so sorry. When you say management, like, is it mostly day of,
Day
month
of coordination,
Okay.
month of, day of. Yeah, we just think we're calling it wedding management now.
Okay. I mean, that's smart because I do think that for a while, like the day of thing is kind of a misnomer.
Yeah,
because
it's not
like,
day of.
you can't, I mean, you can show up the day of, but you don't know what you're walking into.
No,
It's
people
like-
have asked, people have inquired, like if I do the timeline and send everything and just give you a clipboard with the timeline, will you execute? I'm like, yeah, we don't.
So the whole term day of coordinator,
It's
kind of
misleading.
bullshit.
I think that's out. I think we're not. Yeah, I think we're calling it wedding management.
Yeah, people were doing it for a little while, but I think everyone or a lot of people have realized like, oh no, because you don't know what you're walking into. Like I feel like I've done it a few times, like helping out with people or something, and then I showed up and I was like, all the things you said would be here are not here, or I can't find them, or I don't know, what order they're in, and then,
it's not. Yeah. I like to take over and like fine tune it, and because they miss a lot of things too. If it was truly day of, it's like we're showing up blind. I'm like, we don't want to show up.
Nightmare.
We gotta know. We gotta know what we're getting into here.
Totally.
That's cool. I like that. I like that change. Like that.
Yep, I like that. Yep. I think it was month of coordination for a while. Day of, month of.
Month of seems more.
That's better. I will say like wedding management, aka month of. Yeah, when I'm like on consults and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen some people shifting in that direction because then it's like you can take over the last details, make sure everything's buttoned up, make sure you have contact with all the vendors because that's like half the battle sometimes too. And then, then you're not blind rolling into it. You can help with rehearsals.
Yep, and a lot of venues are requiring it, which is good. I mean, I'm biased. I tell everyone, I'm like, you need one.
No, absolutely.
Like truly you need.
I am very biased.
I've been guests at weddings where they don't have one. I'm gonna tell my husband, like, we gotta get out of here before we start having to blow out candles. We gotta go.
Exactly. Before you get roped into helping with something.
Yeah, no. So I'm biased, but everyone, you need, at the very minimum, it is good to have. So I'm glad venues require it. It should be a professional too, not, Aunt Susie or something.
Yeah, it's hard with some of the like the mid-tier, mid-market like venues or like price points and stuff. Like some of the places that we manage, I'm like, you don't have to necessarily hire somebody, although I highly recommend it, but you do have to have someone that's designated to do it. And we typically like require, we have like a job description for them.
Yep,
a lot of need to know what you're going to do.
They send us those.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll get that and be like, oh, you know what? That's a little more than we expected. So maybe we'll hire someone.
Yeah, people
It's like
just
a
think
two-page
it's
thing.
Yeah, people just think you just show up and it's I mean, it's like I always tell people, like, we don't want to pull your like family away, like get ready, like in the getting ready. So I don't want to pull them away and be setting up and lighting candles or worried about.
Yeah, they think it's
here.
like putting a couple candles down during the room.
No,
flip.
it's like you're on all day,
and you got to do it. You got to have an hour and a half to do all of it because we're doing a room flip, motherfucker.
Yeah, the room flips.
Like,
they don't know about the room flips. Yeah.
I feel like for an event that's like so emotionally charged, it's really important to make sure that you're planned ahead of, because like once you're in it, there's like anything can happen and cause so much chaos, and that's why like
and there's so many X factors. Yep. And it's like the mix of money, emotions, and family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your client is not just like like day of. It's like
everybody.
Everyone's the client, the guests and the parents, and that's the thing too. Aunt Susie. Yeah.
There's always an X factors person in there too.
Yeah.
Tell us some crazy stories.
Oh, so I got
Without you don't have to name drop.
Yeah, no.
But.
So I had one. I put one in like the survey, but then I was a tailor, and she's like, "Oh, you got to do this one." So I, a few years ago, 2018 maybe, did double header, a Friday, I think Saturday wedding back when I was young or whatever, and doing it all. But
2 years ago or whatever, a couple of years ago.
So yeah, double header. Worked the Friday wedding. Everything went great. 120 guests. Went to bed. Woke up Saturday. Had the next wedding, and I got to the venue and had my assistant with me, was feeling good, and I'm looking at the donuts. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to get in on those. Like I'm ready, and I was feeling good. And ceremony started, got them down the aisle, and I'm just like, I'm going to be sick. So I started throwing up in the garbage. And
Oh, no.
my assistant's like, are you good? I'm like, I don't know. So I ran to the bathroom and won't get into the details, but got very sick. Ended up in the ER for dehydration. I had norovirus.
Oh,
found
you
that out.
had norovirus.
I did. So got out of there, client, and I'm probably not the happiest, but but the thing is, I called in, I called everyone in the city. I'm like, I'm sick, going to the ER, need someone to come. So I had another wedding planner. I don't know if she's still in business, but she came and she took over with my assistant, and the night went on and everything was fine. But, ended up in the ER. But the kicker is, so I thought, I'm like, who poisoned me? I'm like calling my husband.
Was it the donuts?
Was it the donuts?
It was not the donuts.
Okay.
I didn't get to those yet, but
The caribou
I'm
you
thinking,
hit on the
who
way.
poisoned me? Because it came out of nowhere, and I didn't even know norovirus was like a thing then. And so I found out because Monday I got a call from the mother of the bride on the Friday wedding, and she's like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Actually, I've been very sick. I've been in the ER, and why?" She's like, 80 out of the 120 people on Friday got the norovirus. I'm like,
No
so so there was an outbreak, and
Well, when was this? This is pre-COVID.
This is 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But
Pre-pandemic.
that's why though you need an assistant. You need
you
need things like I'm always on call. I won't be designated to a wedding, but I'll be on call because stuff happens. I woke up, I was fine. I was about to eat a donut. The next thing you know, I'm dying. So
You gonna tell me who after the show what caterer that was?
oh yeah. And it wasn't the caterer. It wasn't the caterer.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
It was because the caterer got the Department of Health. They even called me, and I'm like, am I getting sued? And they're like, no. They're like, I was in the hospital, and I'm like, I'm a victim, and they're like,
this is the thing that's
they're interviewing me, and I'm scared, but but they went after the caterer. The mother bride's like, we're gonna sue, and I'm like,
oh shit.
I was sick. I was in the hospital. Just keep me out of it. But
but that could have come from anybody.
no, it was one of the groomsmen. He had symptoms, and he came to the wedding still. And it's funny because I've gotten that now 2-3 times with kids. My kids always seem to give it to me. So we just had it in January. So now I know all about it.
I just had it a couple months ago too. I didn't actually realize that's what it was.
Oh, you think
at
it's
the
a
time.
stomach bug? Yeah.
But it came on like that, like a flash.
Our
and I
whole
was like,
house. 4 out of 4. Just
Isn't
gone.
that what I thought I had a few months ago, Alex? Or you thought I had it? Alex prescribed.
I thought you had RSV.
What? That's so
What the
different.
hell is that?
I was like, those are totally
What is that?
That was going around, and I just had a kid, so it was
Okay.
it was really prevalent, and it was going around at the time, pretty heavily, and that was a few months ago. So that's why I was like,
You're like, don't go near Esteban because
It's fucked up. I get sick now once a year where
it's the kids.
I'm sick for 4 days or
Yeah, it's the
something.
kids.
I lose 20 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. So you had norovirus.
Something.
Yeah.
Every
I lost
ounce of
10.
yes,
Yeah.
every ounce of everything's out of my system.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
double dragon.
Yep.
We don't gotta go into, oh my god, that's a really
Yeah.
That was that. I was
we
like,
don't gotta go into details, but
I was like,
norovirus. Just Google it.
That's the
Just
code
Google
word
it,
for
and
it,
you will
yeah.
know the first image that
Yeah.
pops up is probably like.
I get now why they put the bathtub so close to the toilet.
Oh, that's your technique.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not
I had to do both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't.
Sorry.
This is why my friend Taylor's like, maybe you shouldn't bring this subject up because you guys are gonna start talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Oh no, I mean
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's good.
But
We've all
that's
been.
light. We can laugh about it now, but yeah, it happened at a wedding,
Aren't
and
there books about that? Everybody.
yeah,
knows it.
but that's the only I've never been sick. I've never gotten sick, but that's the thing. You should always have backup on call,
Right.
People that can step in because
Yeah.
it was nuts.
This is the difference between having your aunt Dee Dee do it and having a professional do it. Your aunt's sick, she's out.
Yeah, oh yeah,
right?
she's gone.
And then
She's
you're
at the ER
scrambling to
chilling,
figure
yep.
something out.
Yep.
With a professional, you took all the steps to bring in somebody else and get a backup in there.
Yep. Yeah, oh yeah.
And you had an assistant. So even
knew
if you
people,
couldn't have gotten her in, you had an assistant.
And I love here it's community over competition,
Yes.
right? People were so willing to step in. They're like, I can't be there now, but I can be there in 2 hours. What can I do? What can I bring you? And so that's what I love too. We're in a little Facebook planners group. So you guys probably
know about it.
Yeah, all the tea.
Yeah.
So that was great because my team, I went through them. I'm like, who's available? And they're like, sorry, it's 7 p.m. I'm already partying, and but now I have those processes in place. We always have someone on call, and we always work in pairs, and you have to have that.
And that's what you get when you hire a professional.
Oh yeah, yep. We do professional things.
Redundancy.
Yeah, yeah. But it's only horror story. Another one I put in the question about a snowstorm, but that one I don't even think.
But that's funny because actually I was reading it and you were talking about how it was 2018, right? In April.
Yeah.
I think that was the same weekend as Star Awards because we were.
It was okay.
Yeah, because it was at Mystic Lake, and
that one.
Yeah, I'm assuming April 2018.
Yep.
I think it was the same weekend because that was the weekend we got like
I feel like it was
blizzard.
Yeah.
April 14th.
Yeah, it was like
2018.
literally 15 feet of snow.
Hold
or
on.
no, maybe
Well, it was
not
a
that.
couple
No,
feet.
maybe not. Okay.
Crazy.
Maybe I'm in inches.
No, I think it was
in my
You're
head.
tripping.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
that's
so
okay.
stressed out that day. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah.
So because I ended up going down to Mystic the night before because we like kind of 15 feet, rough, whatever.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Oh, you got me
15,
going now.
yeah.
Hopefully
Edit
there's
that out.
people who
I'm gonna have to
are
realize this whole
That's the
thing.
size of the first floor of any building. 15 feet.
Shit, it felt like
certainly
like,
feels that way.
Yeah.
And also if
Stressing
anybody's
that
listening
day, I was
outside of
stressing
Minnesota, this
that.
is what they think about
Yeah,
us
no,
anyways.
yeah.
That's fine.
Edit that out.
Yeah. No.
15 inches.
Anyways, but
We'll write it on the bottom of the screen.
yeah, disclaimer.
She meant.
Yeah.
So I went to Mystic the night before because we knew that it looked like it wasn't going to be good. So we're like, okay, we'll stay the night before and like get ready in the morning and whatever. And like that day, like they closed 169. At one point, they closed 494. Like it was no joke.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
not
I
a
woke
small
up the
thing.
next day and I remember telling my dad, I'm like, well, I got to go work a wedding today. He's like, can you just call in? I'm like, that's not how it works.
not how
Like
it
they are
works.
still getting married. We're still doing
Yeah.
this. And it was like in hindsight, like the couple was great. They laughed it off.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you going to do?
the day went on.
have
We
to
had fun. They made it. But
You just have
Like-
to snowmobile people in or what?
well, one of the things, so they had their
carriages.
wedding party bus and it got stuck. I don't know who their shuttle company was, but it got stuck in a ditch. So I'm like calling around. I think I called my brother-in-law at one point. I'm like, I need you to go pick up people, like just one by one, get them to the venue. And like my assistant's calling. She's like, I'm in a ditch. And like it was,
oh my god!
I think 1/3 of the guests made it to the
Yeah.
wedding. Yeah, it was because the ceremony was in Coon Rapids maybe, and then reception was in Maple Grove.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a hike.
Yeah, so the ceremony they were there, like, but it was getting worse. But
Yeah.
yeah, reception, like, I remember.
I'd be like, I'm going to go.
yeah, the caterer was
Just
just
a
like,
bunch of
yeah,
butch
should
dudes
we
with
just start?
trucks.
I'm like, yeah, I think we're only getting 1/3. Like it's,
Easily. Yeah.
but yeah, they still partied. They had fun, and the photos are, it went on.
Yeah. Well, and also,
Wow.
I think people sometimes like they let loose a little bit more too, and
Yeah, oh,
like,
yeah,
because
people-
they
yeah,
appreciate
definitely.
who's there and who
Yep.
made it, and like there's nothing you can do.
But it was stressful. Like,
Unless
I mean,
they
I was 2-3 years in, so I mean, I wasn't like super, like, I wasn't a veteran at that point. But I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, we got to get the wedding party here,
Yeah.
and we got to do what we can. and
Important people.
smile when they get here. Like, yeah, this is a great
We're
day.
having fun.
As I'm like
Yeah.
crying in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's April. You'd think like
I think you're safe,
April
but
now. Yeah.
Prince says sometimes it snows in
I
April.
know it did. It did. It sure snowed. Not 15 feet.
We're almost out of April. We're
Roughly.
getting That's amazing. Fuck, I was gonna ask you something. No, I forgot. Well, my phone went off. It distracted me. So
okay.
this thing's like a fucking.
We're all- we're-
all the brain cells are gone.
Yeah, it's Friday. We're all firing on all cylinders here. Well, okay, so what you mentioned this a little bit. Your like professional high was last summer.
Yeah,
what you
so
would
I
kinda
would have to
consider?
say a Minnesota Bride. I planned and designed that event.
Yeah.
Were you there? I know.
You know what's
Escalon said he
funny?
was.
I wasn't supposed to be going because I
Okay.
had a city council meeting for one of the projects we're working on that night. So I was like, oh, I can't go. I'm gonna like skip it because I have to be at this meeting.
Yep.
And then it ended up getting canceled at the very last minute. I
Okay.
was so mad because I was like, and sorry, Minnesota Bride, but because so I was hanging out with some people who were going, and then we found out while we were there that it got canceled, and I was like, well, I can't come because I don't have a ticket, whatever. And they were like, it's fine, just like go. And so I just like walked in and was like, I'm just gonna
Did
walk
you?
in like I
Okay.
know what I'm doing. And
Okay.
so I just walked on in and I was like,
You've done it
okay.
enough. Like
I
I
mean-
actually, when I go into events nowadays, I went into this fashion show event and as a photographer, and he's like, I'll put you on the list and whatever, and just check in or whatever. I didn't even check in. I just walked right past the fucking
You
desk.
look like
I have the camera, so I'm like,
Yeah, oh,
I'm
you look
doing
legit.
shit. Yo,
Yep,
leave
yep.
me alone.
well, and the theme that year was like very colorful, right? And I just happened to have been wearing a suit to that like meeting that was like teal, and so I was like,
okay,
I'm pretty
I'm ready. Like, here we go.
I'm pretty sure, you were like, I'm not going. And I'm like, well, you should have went or whatever.
Yeah,
and then I see you there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I know, because I was like, they talked me into it, and I'm dressed, so I might as well just give it a whirl. And no one
Got
stopped
some
me.
video there, actually. You probably didn't even know us then, and I don't think I knew you then.
I don't think.
You didn't know. Okay, so I rolled up.
Yeah.
Everyone's colorful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was the dude that was all in black.
Okay.
I rolled in.
There was a few people, though. There's like a good...
I brought a dude with me, all in black.
Okay.
Alex Knight.
You didn't get the dress code? Okay.
I told him the wrong shit.
Oh,
I looked at it and it
God.
said black tie, and I stopped reading, and it said, and then underneath it said colorful.
Yeah.
You don't put black tie and then colorful on the same fucking line.
I didn't read
or whatever.
The invitation. You
I
read the
didn't.
whole invitation.
I was
Well,
not part of the invitation making.
Dudes don't know that shit.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have looked at the Pinterest.
Yeah.
I don't do Pinterest.
Well, you should have.
No,
You don't have to do
none of
Pinterest
us
to look at
dudes
the
do
Pinterest. You don't have to do Pinterest. You have to click a link. That's all.
I don't
Looked at
do
the
that
story
shit.
that
I don't
talked
do
about the
Pinterest.
I don't do
No.
Pinterest.
No, you just.
That was
So
very
I
colorful.
showed up.
Well, it's funny because I'm a neutral girly. Like that's how I design. People hire me. They're like black and white color palette. Let's go. And that's kind of my sweet spot.
Yeah.
And Minnesota Bride. So they gave me the venue, which I loved. I'm like Equestria West, say less. And then they gave me the color palette, and I'm like,
Oh, they did. Okay.
they did. They gave me that. They gave me a little mood board. They're like, run with it. And I'm like, oh no, because I don't.
That's not your vibe.
It's not my vibe. And I think I killed it. You guys can.
Yeah.
can
No.
tell
I
me,
Oh, it
but-
was a great event.
yeah, but very colorful. But now after that event, I've gotten better at like designing with color.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable, and like people this year have hired me. We have some very colorful stuff on the horizon, so it worked out. But yeah, in the moment, I'm like, can we just like do neutral colors?
I
Maybe
honestly
some,
like wouldn't
some
have
white
guessed
linens,
that.
and
Yeah.
but so it definitely got me like out of my comfort zone. But yeah, it was just fun to do, and
I think it was
plan
cool.
and design. It's once in a lifetime. They asked me, and it was a lot. I stressed. I cried. Yeah, it was a lot, but
Because they kind of changed the format of it too this last year, didn't they? Like it was a little like longer, and they had like
they have like the dance now. That's been like the last 2-3 years. They do the
They
dance.
haven't just gone in a while.
But you know, it's me, and then it's like 30 vendors I'm coordinating, and it's kind of just me. It's not,
right.
you know, it's just they're kind of like whatever you want to do, run with it, just run it by us. And it got stressful, like because you know when they asked me a year in advance, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, and then of course like there's nothing really to do, and then it's like I think in May we picked up, so I'm like, okay, let's go, and the vendors are like, yeah, our wedding season's picking up, so like
It is rough that it's in July.
we'll get back to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And then like, you know, so and so would have like the stationery, like I need to answer by 3 p.m. today. Is it good or not? I'm like, I gotta run it by catering, make sure it looks good to that. It was in hindsight, but right
It
now
was
I'm like
colorful from what I remember.
It was very colorful, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember
No,
that?
I wouldn't have guessed that you were a neutral girly from that. Like, I
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
like,
but I stressed. I cried
Yeah.
over those linens. I had swatches, but I tried to make every room like its own
yeah,
unique.
that's great. I thought it looked great.
It did. It was fun. It was
and
fun.
also Equestria West is a very
Equestria
neutral
West.
palette already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you did that,
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
nice to add some color in there for sure.
Yeah, our signature thing. We had espresso martini, ice luge. I'm like, gotta have that. And people at the event were like, yeah, we know you planned it because of this. But that was fun. We had champagne. We had puppies.
You don't have to play it, but I do think you should tell us what the audio of that video you showed me from Star Awards said.
Oh my God. Okay.
Was your husband saying like, I got you espresso martini?
So we're in the dance room, and I had no idea that they had espresso martinis there. It was right behind me. I'm dancing. I'm having a good time, and it's right behind me. What was it, Mars Teeny or something? I didn't even know. My husband's like, babe, they got espresso martinis. He's slurring. I'm like, oh my God. I like dropped down on my knees and just like ran up there. Then there's a video of me with 2 in my hands, like dancing, and she was a goner. So, but yeah, that was, everyone knows I'm branded. Like it's my brand, Champagne Express Martinis. And
I am glad that I checked to see what you wanted to
cats.
drink.
And cats.
Cats,
Yeah,
right.
cats.
I was like,
Yeah,
well, we got to get you a glass of champagne or a
Yeah,
bottle of champagne.
how's that one going?
We're
How's
drinking
that
out of a
glass?
wine
You need a
glass,
refresh here
So
coming up?
original.
Classy here.
You need more yet, or are you good?
Yep. I need more.
You might, yeah.
Yeah, I can drink that whole
Yeah, I'll
bottle.
hook it up in a second. I have to correct what I said earlier. So
Yeah.
I thought Alex and I were both there. I got to go back to
Are
this.
we cutting this out? Cause
No.
I know. It's like, why are you guys having a side
No,
conversation?
because
I was like
I-
having ADHD. I'm
we
like,
did
should I be
two
talking
different
to you or
things.
them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, we did a thing at Equestria. It was a grand opening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very close in proximity.
Okay, I was going to
Maybe
say,
not.
don't be bringing a camera into my event without my permission. No.
I thought I did, but I
No,
didn't
no,
have
no.
one there. No, but I straight up rolled in
Yeah.
all black there, and people were like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Yeah.
What
I was
there?
definitely confused why you kept looking at me. I was like, why are you?
I was like, "We were there." No, but I was there with
wasn't
Alex
there.
Knight, not Alex Johnson.
Gotcha.
Same.
You said Alex Knight.
You did say Alex Knight.
I know.
Yeah, you did.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I
all
said that
struggling.
because I remembered that part.
Too much going
I had a couple
I know,
jobs.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, but no,
Room
that
full of
was
people
my
with ADHD
career
here. Yeah.
highlight or whatever, just because, again, like, different type of event. And the kicker was it's 600 people coming.
Yes,
that are,
it's
like,
big.
industry people.
And they're
I
your
remember me and Ann at
colleagues.
the venue. Ann, love her. She's like, for the judges. Like, she kept saying that, for the judges. Like, we're just trying to, like, make everything perfect. Yeah, but that was my stressor. I'm like, are people going to like it? Like, are they
Yeah.
going to talk about it? Are they going to talk bad? Are they going to... That was the thing. Like, when you
Yeah.
do weddings, like, it's the guests and, like, they kind of show up and you could do anything. And they're like, yeah, it looks
They're all
good, but
impressed by
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But
It's a
this
little
was like,
different,
yeah. So,
I mean, I had a
yeah.
great time. I thought it was.
We had a horse greeting people. We had llamas.
forgot about
I love animals. So I'm like,
I have some feedback for you.
oh, do you? Okay, well,
No, it's not for you. It's
do this off
it's probably
mic.
more for D'Amico
Okay.
because they close the bar at a certain time or whatever.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't on
This
me.
is the theme.
No,
of
I know,
this
I know. That's why I'm
consistent
like,
in the last
that-
few
that's why-
conversations.
Yep, I don't
that
close. I don't
that
close
you're like at the
bars.
bar trying to get them to open when you know.
Well, here's what's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I knew the bartenders,
Oh yeah, okay.
so I
That was
got
me at
I had to
Star
do
Wars,
a
yeah.
workaround.
Yeah, I think I
on that.
saw you briefly. You just won an award, and
At the bar. Yeah, yeah.
and I was on my way to get my
Yep.
cowgirl hat. Then I ended up at Mara at the restaurant, and then well,
That's a detour.
well, I need a drink.
Oh, yeah, the bar was
So then
closed.
yeah, it was.
So instead,
I
Esther
was
was
getting
at
my-
the bar hassling them to open for
no,
him.
I went.
I actually don't think I was doing
Tomorrow
that.
and-
No,
Yeah, but I remember seeing you. Yeah, briefly. Yeah,
Yeah.
A little more. Congrats, a
you.
belated congrats. I
you.
don't think in the moment I knew what was going on, so I
Fine,
just
I
I was like,
don't-
I need
no
my
one noticed.
cowboy hat. So that's all I was.
I
yeah.
had a cowboy hat for a couple minutes during that event.
Someone spilled like something all. I don't know if they puked on it, but the next day there was like
Ugh.
some
Chunks.
stuff. Well, just
Some
Was it you?
stuff.
It was not me. No.
Oh, on the hat.
On my hat because I had it like strapped on me. yeah,
Oh.
it was
Uh-oh.
the
Well,
next
you were
day.
probably hanging out like two fucking.
Yeah, you're right. It was probably
Espresso martinis.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
Poured it
no,
down your back.
I'll show you the video after this. I did not spill on that Four Seasons
And
carpet.
we have the video to put on.
Probably not. No, probably
We'll
not.
dig into.
No, but after I will show you, I professional juggler of drinks.
Just keep the camera rolling while she shows us, and then we'll just like. no,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no.
We'll Photoshop a couple of martinis in your
Yeah.
hand. in this, yeah.
Let's go. No,
Alex is like, shut up.
we don't
Stop
share
offering
those. We don't
things.
share those videos.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Minnesota Bride, good times.
That's awesome. I mean, I thought it was great, honestly.
It's fun.
I think that the funny thing is like, yes, it is intimidating to like plan for other colleagues and
time.
plan for other people, but at the same time, when we all go to industry things, like you're so excited to talk to people, you're like in conversations. There's so many people there,
Yeah,
and then like we're just excited to be out and doing stuff
Yeah.
that everything is cool. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know. I'm sure I've gone to some event where I'm like, ugh, but very rarely. I'm usually just like, great, we're here. You got some linens,
yeah.
cool.
You're not like there to judge.
Yeah.
You're not going to walk in and be like, God, that linen she chose.
no.
But that was in my mind. I mean, it was the first big event. And I will say I'm
intimidating.
putting this out in the universe, but I'm like, one of my goals is one day I got to get more involved with ILEA, but I want to plan. I want to be the director of the Star Awards. I want that stress.
Yeah, we were
I want
talking
to
about
age
this.
The
10
stress.
years. Yeah.
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 I see the people that are like, oh, but
Yeah.
that was me, Minnesota Bride. Like, even I think I saw Paloma
Yeah.
at Star Wars. I'm like, good luck, because I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, like on your
Yeah.
plate, and
It is. You kind of at the year after, like the right after it's over, you get like that 1,000-yard stare of just like, okay, I've seen some shit.
well, once
like,
you do that, you do everything right. It's
Yeah.
like me with Minnesota Bride. I'm like, I can design and color now. What do you need? I mean, I can do.
I got this.
Yep,
no problem.
you want espresso martini, ice luge. What do you need? But yeah, Star Wars. That's like on my bucket list. I
mean-
would love someday, but
You could definitely do it someday.
I would probably cry, but
You will definitely cry.
yeah, yeah.
That's your
Guaranteed
next.
that.
right,
That's
yeah.
the next highlight.
Yeah.
That's the next big thing in my life. So
I
but I got to get more involved first.
Yeah.
I can't
well,
just,
I was gonna say like,
can't just jump in.
right. It is kind of hard to jump right into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it's fun.
That's on the radar. I was like, that'd be cool. Just say I did it. I love a
just
good
jumped
challenge.
right in.
I love a good. Well, you didn't,
No, you
didn't
weren't the
direct
director.
it.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but still.
It's
like,
different.
committee.
I will
Yeah,
tell
oh,
you
yeah,
right now.
totally,
it is
totally
different.
Like, I want to do
Yeah.
committee first.
Totally
Yes,
correct.
You should.
Yeah,
That- it
for
makes it a
sure,
lot
For
easier.
sure, but
I did jump in
I
as
love a
assistant
good
director.
challenge.
Yeah.
But then, during I'm like, oh God, what did I sign up for?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
love that.
I had worked Star Awards as like the venue a few times, or I guess just once really. So I knew a little bit of but I did just jump in and because we had the storytellers one there. So I had done that side of it, but I hadn't been on the committee. I hadn't really been super involved in
Oh.
ILEA, and I just was like, yeah, I'll do this, and it was
And you
rough.
cried.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just slide that across
Slide
the
it
table.
over.
Wined and dined. Pre-gaming for tomorrow at this
Yeah.
point. Oh.
That's your mega pint number 2.
I know, right?
We get a Magnum next time you come.
I know, right?
Jess, you
You
brought
guys
all
trying
these
to give me
little
that
baby.
that
I
little
know.
bottle of champagne.
I know. What a disrespectful thing.
I didn't know. I
disrespectful.
Very
didn't want to
disrespectful.
assume.
Very,
I brought
very.
2, but I was
That's like a half a bottle. This still dis-
I'm not a big. I am not a good drinker, and I was like, well, if we open a whole bottle with champagne, it's like, what do we do with it afterwards?
Oh, we don't waste it. Not with me in the
Yeah,
house. No,
so
no.
just want to make sure we had our bases
Oh,
covered.
I always say I can drink champagne, but yes, something went wrong at Star Wars. I don't know what you guys did. You bugged them or
it
something.
happens
but-
to the best.
I
of
threw you
us.
Prosecco, though, so it's not
Okay.
from
Prosecco's
champagne.
good. Prosecco's good.
France,
Yeah.
whatever.
Tomorrow I'm popping Dom for
Region.
the
Yeah.
concert, so we'll see how we do. I'm drinking from 3 p.m. on. So if you saw me at the concert,
No, you didn't.
Alex, at like 9 p.m., a mess? No, you didn't. Okay? No, wasn't me.
Okay, so speaking of staying up late, because we were talking about this briefly, and I was like, oh, let's talk about it afterwards, because you are not a night owl,
No.
but also not a morning
No,
early. Okay,
no.
that's great. I respect people
But I
who
have
can
kids,
sleep.
so I don't have a choice with the morning.
That's
part,
fair. That is fair. Have you heard of this new thing? It's been done in other countries, other cities, whatever. And we just hosted it recently at the Hollywood. It's called Bed by 10. And it's like a dance party that ends at 10 p.m.
Sounds good.
Or maybe
What time's it start,
9:30 or
like
something.
4?
Yeah, basically. And I was like, honestly, that's kind of brilliant.
almost
Yeah.
more fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they should do.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
next time it
concerts,
comes
they need to
around,
start at,
we'll-
like matinee concerts. They just said that on the radio. I'm like, yes.
give me a
Kendrick's past my
5:30.
bedtime tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's lucky. He's a lucky guy. I'm willing to come out at 7
Yeah,
p.m.
he's
You're
gonna
gonna
come
have-
out at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
out at
I will
10,
report.
yeah.
You're going to have to
I
get some
know.
no-dos or whatever. People
Yep.
still take that shit?
I don't know.
I
You could probably
will.
buy it at like.
I
gas
was doing that
stations
shit in
or-
like high school for like basketball games. I don't know what I was doing back then, but
Yep.
Not just doing Adderall like the.
no, I didn't have the connection. I didn't have any, like people back then actually took their Adderall.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta sleep.
couldn't
I
just
gotta
buy
sleep in
homes.
tomorrow a little
Yeah.
at 10 p.m. That's what people are saying though. I'm like, but no, I'm
You're like, nah.
Yeah.
Well,
like when people are like, I want to do a brunch wedding. I'm like, yes.
that's mine. You're like, I
And
signed up
yeah,
for that
yeah,
one
I'll
right
take
now.
that one, guys. You guys work the 1 a.m. ones, but I'm gonna take that brunch one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking A.
I can't even blame. I think that I got into one of the reasons I got into events is that I was already a night owl. Like I've always been that
Okay.
way, and so it just works better for me. Like I worked for 8 years at the U of M, and I ran events at the campus club at the U of M. So I had to be there like more 9 to 5 hours, like 8:30 to 5 or whatever were my hours. And Cassina one day was like, well, you must have like gotten used to it over time. And I was like, no, I was late almost every fucking day for 8 years straight. Like every day I was late because I was always running behind. Like I just never can get up early in the morning. But
No.
you want me
You
to stay up
still
till
do
4?
that. You still do that shit.
I told you I'd be here at 6 today. I was here at 6:15. I know.
That's
know.
why I told you
Your
6.
day's just getting started.
Yeah, pretty much.
I told you 6 because I need to be 15 minutes
Thank
late
you.
and you'd
I
still
do.
be
I
on
do
Friday.
that.
Understanding me
I
as
do
a
that to my
person
friends.
on
Yeah.
a soul level.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm always late.
No, I'm just-
Well, not to
I
wedding.
actually
Wedding
do.
days, I'm not. No. Personal
people do
life,
that.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a thing. I get anxious if I'm early. I'm like, drive around the block 10 more times. I got to be late.
I'm always late,
Yeah,
which
I love-
is like
yeah.
I
Wedding day
recognize
sounds
is
good.
like it. I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? Because the only person that
Yep.
you're hurting here is yourself. Like
Yep.
the only person
Yep.
that's stressed out
Yep.
is me,
Yep.
and I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I come
love
alive
that.
at
I love
night.
that though. That feeling of driving here is a few minutes late, but it felt good. It felt right. I was like, let's go, and I was just.
I know. I was like, shit. She didn't text
I
me. I
know,
was
I
like,
know,
is
I
this
know.
working? I tapped that a couple times.
Yep, I know. Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
Yep,
there
left
the
you
message
hanging.
was. I was like,
Yep,
oh, there it
yep,
is. There it
yep,
is.
It's, yep.
Um,
Wedding days though, clients like I'm all in. We
Yeah, I
show
mean,
up early,
it's
but yeah,
Oh,
personal,
for sure.
personal
For sure.
life, we just
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm type A work wise.
yeah, oh
type
yeah, same. Oh yeah,
Z,
same.
whatever the rest
Yeah,
of it
yeah,
is. You
same.
know,
Yep,
like
same. Yep, yep.
I think it's because we overcompensate
yeah.
when we're working because we don't want our personal shit to come into it. So
Yep.
it's like we're overcompensating. Like we're like super precise on.
Self-conscious.
Yeah, subconsciously, like we're super punctual.
Self-conscious.
Self-conscious?
Yeah.
Subconscious.
What did I? Subconscious, even
Either
though
one.
we're like super
Yep.
punctual when it comes to like work shit. Like I'm
Yep.
the same way. Like I gotta be early
Yep.
or I'm late.
It's only like the actual event days that I'm usually on time. If it's a meeting, I'm still probably going to be late. Let's
No,
be real.
I'm good. I'm good for meetings and stuff. Or usually early, but
Yeah.
I think
the personal life.
Yeah, then it's just all out the gate.
Friends, they get 20 minutes late. Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm still at home.
I give myself like a 7-minute leeway, and then like I'm usually historically about 7 minutes late for everything. So.
I just like on the way here, I'm late, but it's good. I need that adrenaline. 'Cause I showed up. I went to meet my friend the other day. She's trying on dresses, and I showed up like 10 minutes early, and I'm sitting in my car like
now
should
what?
I drive around the block? Should I go on a walk? Should I watch a video?
Are they in there already?
Yeah, well, she was running late too, so I was getting anxious, and I'm like, I can't be on time. This is not.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. I went in there and sat in the shop, didn't know what to do.
I can get behind that actually for like being early. There's times where I'm
like a little anxiety from it.
Yeah, or you're just sitting in your car and you're like fucking now you're doom scrolling on the phone, bullshitting, worried, or just not even worried, but just like thinking about shit you don't need to be doing. And then it's like figuring out where you're going. I'm going to change the subject for a second real quick. I'm going to actually maybe take it back.
Talking about early bedtimes.
No, well, I'm such a night owl myself, so I was like, when you guys talking about
both your days just get after this, I'm going to bed.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not unusual.
Oh, this is just the start of
my
night.
Go home and watch my show on Netflix, and
no.
then I will go to bed.
I come alive like after 8 o'clock.
It is not unusual for us to actually be texting at like 11, 12, 1 o'clock.
I think we've had more conversations
at like 11:30.
Post 10 p.m. or whatever.
No.
And there was
when you said originally this was at night, I'm like 10 p.m.
There was a time frame where Esteban and I both, you were going to the gym pretty consistently at like 11 p.m. at night, and we'd be like texting each other. I'm like, I'm at the gym too. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was last 1 year ago.
Yeah,
1 year ago, almost to the day.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, Esteban will text me or try and call me, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that.
I'm like, he's got kids. That kid's crying right now. He's awake. He's awake.
No,
that kid's hungry.
It's more of my mental capacity. It's like once I'm getting towards that like
overload
9 o'clock, it's just like everything's wearing off. I don't have the mental capacity to do anything.
I can talk about bullshit all the time at that time of night, but when it's like, this is why, and I did ignore your text message last night at like 2 a.m., but it was because I was like, if I don't look at this when I'm actually at my computer, I won't do it. I still didn't do it today, to be honest, but I will.
So it's a respect thing. Thank you.
Pretty much.
So this is an early slot for you guys. Yeah.
Oh,
listen, post 10 p.m.
6:30 or
8:30 for fun
8:30.
conversations.
6:30 or I'm not coming. I'm not.
That's why I gave you options, and I knew you were going to say 6:30.
6:30 was pushing.
I thought you were going to ask me, can we do it at 5?
Okay, can we do it at 10 a.m.? Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, I'm going to get back to the changing the subject back.
Yep.
You said earlier some curveball stuff. So what other curveballs have you had?
Yeah,
that,
so
really
big one for me, weather day of. I plan for a perfect sunny day.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I tell my clients that if you book me, it's going to be just perfect. But
and
get some rain.
Brides hang on to the. The clouds are gonna part.
Yeah, some people make decisions.
They will wait till
it's
fucking 10 minutes past when they should have gotten married.
I mean, I always talk about a plan B like during meetings, and I'm like, I don't want to jinx it, but like we got to talk about it. But the weather, that one kills me day of. I'm so type A, like on the wedding day. I'm like, I need everyone on time and perfect, and so that one hurts, especially if we have like a beautiful outdoor ceremony. Now, the good thing is like a lot of venues have a good plan B in place. So it's like, well, it's not the end of the world if we end up, plan B, but it stings. It stings when we planned for, a good outdoor and
you have to pivot.
So how do you deal with the brides that feel crushed from there?
Yeah, I mean, all week I'm like checking the weather, right? And I tell them always like check the morning of, but here's me like checking a month in advance, like to the day.
like Farmer's Almanac.
I know, I'm like,
here we
you
go.
check day of, and I'm just, check low key like every day or whatever, and like be like, it's good. There's a tornado coming, but we're good. But no, it's day of. You just gotta go in with a smile and be like, you know what, plan B is gonna be just as good. And most people take it well. I think I've had a few that are like crying, and I get it. Like we had a plan outside, and that was the vision, but most people are like, it's whatever. I mean,
it's real life shit.
It's real life stuff. Yeah, I mean,
You can't control everything.
No.
That's just the way it is.
No, so we have one in June I'm looking forward to, and hers is a lot of it's outdoors, cocktail hour ceremony.
Is that the one you were talking to me about?
Yeah, the one I was thinking of doing the video. Yep. So that one's going to be good, but I'm like, we need...
Yeah, we
really
need the
I really need
shine.
good weather that day, like for real. Like it's
You could look very good under pressure if there's a tornado and you get everything.
Check the weather.
I've never had a tornado happen. Yeah, I've got the norovirus.
I had
this little of that, but
my wedding the night before, we had our groom's dinner and everything at the venue, and the we had to like tie down the hat. Like it felt like we were in the middle of the ocean with like water just flying in as we're like bringing down the
tent sides.
Yeah, the tent sides and like pushing it and like tying things down. Apparently there were like 5 tornadoes that like wrapped around
terrifying
that day, and then the next morning it was like gorgeous. It was beautiful. I mean, and everything. But yeah, I can understand the tornado storms coming in.
Yeah, it's not on my list yet. I don't want it to be. So we just always plan. I'm like, it's going to be great. Yeah, and the final call, it's going to be sunny. And they're like, yeah. They're so excited.
You're like, if you don't, I always tell people, if you don't have a plan B, then you will have bad weather. But if we always plan for it,
we
then
talk about it. But
great.
I'm like, let's just briefly talk about it. And then if the time comes, we need to switch things up. I've got the plan B, and I take all the stress and I cry about it, and we make it happen. It's still great. But yeah, that weather. Yeah. I hate it. Yeah. I hate it.
Do you do very many, or have you done any like estate weddings, like on people's property?
No,
really?
No,
okay.
No.
Those are scary.
No. I did like 2, like estate private residence. No, I did one 2018, 19 maybe, and I remember it was a tented wedding, backyard, beautiful home, right? Like they got the money, but the ground was just like salty. From the night before it rained. It was like, and then they're like mosquitoes, and they're spraying, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never.
There's a lot of
the chair legs are fucking digging in, and
I'm the venue manager all of a sudden.
Yes, and it's a very different role.
Yeah, I don't do Who was I? I met with someone the other day. I can't remember. Emma with Kindred Blooms. We were chatting. She's like, "Cause do you do estate weddings?" I'm like, "No, don't recommend me."
You're like, no. I was
like,
don't want that.
No, we stick to the venues, and I have like my 10 I love. And
What are the 10 you love?
Ooh,
can you name drop?
I can. Yeah, I like Machine Shop. Loved Aria when it was a thing. I always say indoors. I'm indoor. Hutton House, The Whim, Urban Daisy, Bavaria Downs, all their properties. Anywhere indoor that's kind of like
that's your jam.
Bougie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really outdoor. I Redeemed Farm. I do like Redeemed because
it's like
you told me that.
I'm not a barn girl, but Redeemed. I'm like we can make an exception. Gorgeous, great owners. But yeah, I'm not an outdoor girl. Even like in my personal life. Outdoor. No, I always
tell people I'm outsidey, not outdoorsy. Like
I'm not even.
I like to go outside, but I would definitely want to come back.
No, I'm on my deck at the latest. Like I'm just out there. Yeah, but not outdoors girl. So. Outdoor weddings, scare me. Estates scare me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a lot of variables. It's scary.
Yeah, totally. But good to have a plan B.
Yep.
Which a lot of venues do.
Right. I mean, that is the thing. Like that, I think some venues miss that they need to have, which is an emergency manual.
Yeah.
I just was working on one the other day actually for someone, and it's like you have to have this stuff like prepared beforehand because when it comes down to it, it's like people are like, oh, it's common sense. It's like. When you're trying to manage like 250 people or 150 people or even 50 people, it's not so common in that sense, it's not there for everybody. So you got to like really have it nailed in beforehand.
Have you ever had a cake not make it to the venue?
So our thing is we don't transport anything for liability. I'm not going to bring cupcake. Now in the beginning, I'm sure I was like,
well, even like another vendor though.
A cake? No, all the cakes, they've made it there safely. I've heard stories, like slam on the brakes, the cupcakes go flying.
Well, yeah, I've worked in, there was one time, I got to tell this story real quick. I was driving a truck for D'Amico from Calhoun, which is now the Beach Club. To, that's kind of bougie.
D'Amico Properties, there we go,
Back to the Metropolitan for a wedding, or maybe vice versa. And I'm just like, I forgot that I was even driving a cake. I hang a corner hard as hell. And in those box trucks, the steering really you can really crank that fucker. Yeah. And then I hit this bump that was just like, goosh, and I'm like,
did you hear it in the back?
Well, I thought, I fucked this up so bad. I was like sweating. I pulled over on the side of the road on there's like a back road around Lake of the Isles to get to Metropolitan Ballroom, and I pulled off to the side. There's like nowhere to pull off on this like frontage road type thing or whatever it is, and it survived.
Oh.
There was a little crack in the frosting from where it like fucking bent.
Turn the cake around.
Yeah, you just put some flowers on it or whatever, or like take a butter knife and smooth it out or whatever. But that was the worst. But I have though, because I've done catering for like too many years. I've seen a few cakes where like dude will show up with a truck full of shit and the cakes just right on the floor of the truck or whatever. So I asked about it because one of the last weddings at Aria, the bride was crying pretty profusely because her cake, I can't remember the company even if I wanted to, but it was like a cool, like they put a lot of work into this fucking cake, and it was probably spendy.
Yeah.
And that fucker they had one layer only.
Oh no.
So it was
I'm trying to save a few cakes that way.
We don't transport cakes, and
no, totally, yeah.
No. Yeah.
How often do you do cakes? Or like, I feel like that's changed.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
It is a good question. It was just funny the way you said it. I was like,
I'm not a baker. I'm a planner. Did you forget who you're interviewing? No.
How many drinks have you had back there?
Yeah, no, a lot of people for a minute did like the 1-2 tiered, which is still kind of thing, but we're starting to get back into that 5 tier.
The vintage. I feel like the vintage vibe
is coming back.
I'm a fan of it.
For a minute there, like we just want a small cake cutting low key, but this year we're starting to get some big ones. So
the 2-tier is just not that cool.
Well, I mean, it's, a little something.
Cute. Well, if you do it as part of like a whole display, it's cute by itself.
By itself. It's not like, it's not a focal point. No.
You have to have an appropriately sized table for that. That's like the most important part. It's like, don't put that bad boy on a 6-foot because it's going to look silly. But if you put it on a little 30-inch, it looks cute.
No, but they're coming back, the tall tiered vintage.
I did donuts for my wedding.
Oh,
and it was like,
let me guess, you got married in 2018, 17?
No.
2020.
COVID wedding.
Okay.
COVID wedding.
Which also very appropriate for
what?
Donut wall?
No.
I was gonna say that was huge back then.
It was
donut
huge.
walls,
We literally went to a wedding like a month before that had the donut wall. But
donuts.
no, for ours we got me and my wife we went to this place called Mucci's. It's like an Italian restaurant, but every weekend, every Saturday, Sunday morning, they would make these donuts, and it would like sell out all the time. And then they just stopped making it for like a year. The baker was like, "I'm done. I haven't had a weekend in like years. I'm just kind of over it." And eventually, we were just like, "Can you make donuts for our wedding?"
For us,
They did.
And they did. It was awesome. But yeah.
Ooh, they can make donuts tomorrow morning for me. I'm a big donut girl. Every weekend, I'm like, donuts. It's like 8 a.m. Donuts.
What's your donut a choice?
God, okay. If you're in Minneapolis area, Baker's Wife.
Oh, like what style donut?
Well, I don't know. It depends on my mood. I like
You like
it.
you into
like
Boston
chocolate.
cream?
Maybe
at
I'm a
all?
sprinkle girl. I don't know. It depends how I wake up.
Don't even make
What
it
do you
like that.
like? You're a
No, I'm
sprinkle
Don't
girl.
even go there.
gluten-free, so
so-
I like. I wish I could have. If I could find a good gluten-free donut, believe me, I would be there.
Okay, Baker's
all the
Wife,
time.
Minneapolis.
Yeah, but I don't think they do
Okay.
gluten-free runs.
No,
I don't think
really.
so. I just found this bakery. I didn't just find it.
I love
It's-
donuts. I'm a donut.
They're amazing.
Every weekend I wake up first, like donuts. My husband's like, oh fuck.
I mean, you got to have
Like,
something
not
to.
again.
You have to have something to go with the
Then
champagne.
3 p.m. champagne. I know. I'm like predictable.
Have you
I love
tried
it.
making your own donuts? Not saying I have. I'm just curious.
No.
My mom and I do that.
Baker's Wife, Donut Star, and like the southern Lakeville, Burnsville.
Okay.
Ivy, if you're
Ivy, I've heard has really
they're
good cupcakes and donuts.
Low key, yeah. Low key, yeah.
I have heard a lot of people say their cupcakes are
But
really
yeah,
good.
donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my Instagram. I'm like, God, I look at my Instagram stories. I'm like, people are gonna think I'm just like all into the donuts. Like every day,
There
it's
are
like
worse
donuts.
things to be into. Yeah,
It's true.
donuts not
It's my
drugs.
addiction. Donuts, Starbucks, champagne, and espresso martinis and cats.
And cats. You guys could have like a
We should
7-hour
have a cat party. You can bring your 9 cats.
Oh my
I'll
God,
bring
I have
4.
2 cats.
Your 9 cats.
I feel like every person I've talked to in the last like 3 months is like, how many cats do you
You
have? And I was
seem
like,
like you have
2.
9.
2
No,
cats.
but
You
you have-
had 9 of them.
I had 6, but they
Okay.
were
Pretty much
But listen, I know.
That's pretty much 9. Flip
I
that
know,
fucker
but
upside down.
they were 5 of them were kittens, and so they only count as like 1 because they were tiny. They were kittens.
But they
I
were
know.
Also,
I'm still
They're
mad that I
9
didn't get a
cats.
cat from you.
Sorry.
I know.
I love you.
I need a cat back in my life. I
You're a
spend.
cat guy.
All of
I
it.
am.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I
I
have
got
been
one.
for a
You
very
want
long
one? I
time.
got 4. You want one of mine?
No, I don't. I wanted a baby cat.
Oh,
Little baby.
Okay.
I like
You
to
don't want a
raise that
senior- You don't
fucker
want a
right.
senior cat
No, I don't want no
right, with diabetes.
geriatric ass cat.
You don't want to
Knocking over my fucking whiskey off the table and shit.
That's
Yeah,
what you get
cats-
when you get a kitten.
cats
though.
are brats,
Are you kidding?
Yeah, but you fucking smack it a little bit.
Orange
Good
cat.
luck.
Our
Yeah.
orange
And then you're
cat.
like-
Once we got our orange cat, I'm like
Those orange cats are.
Insane.
nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, but I want another. But I want like 10.
So you have how many?
4, but like literally
okay.
3. One's my parents.
How does
And
that
how
work?
many dogs?
4, but
2.
literally 3?
But yeah, well, one is my parents'
Oh, okay,
cat. They're like,
okay.
yeah, we're gonna come get it someday, and they still haven't. They're divorced.
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah,
so legit 4.
Well, no, because I don't like that cat. So 3.
Okay.
It's like, you don't acknowledge
That one we feed it and we give it water, but we're like,
We don't vibe. We don't
love.
fuck with you.
You sit
like,
downstairs and
We don't pet that cat.
no, we don't talk about that cat. So 3, but
is his name Bruno?
no, Rosie.
O'Donnell?
No,
Just
just
kidding.
Rosie.
Just
No. But yeah, I would have 10 cats
If you could.
yeah.
What's stopping you?
I would
Nothing,
have
my husband.
one.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I brought home one like 3 years ago. I always told him like, there's an orange cat at whatever, wherever I go, PetSmart, whatever. There's an orange kitten, I'm getting it.
You're
He's
gonna
like,
steal it.
okay. Went to PetSmart one day with my son, and I'm like, do you want to get a cat today? It was like Christmas time. He's like, yeah. He's like 1.5, and brought home an orange cat. My husband's like, don't talk to me for like 6 days, and I'm like, what? Look at the little kitty. Now he loves that cat. He's like, yeah,
I
it's a good
told
addition. I'm like,
you.
so we can get more. He's like, no.
Listen, it worked the first time. Just bring another one home.
That's how all our pets came.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never even like new car. I'm like, I got a new car. He's like, what the fuck?
You guys are going to be cat ladies.
Oh yeah, we should have a cat play date.
You are
sometime.
cat lady. You
My
posted a
cat-
video today about cats.
It doesn't make me a cat lady.
All your Instagram stories are cats. Cats
I think those are just
cats
the
in
only ones you are
drawers.
noticing. That is
Cats
cute.
climbing curtains.
Yes, I know.
Cats having a good
Screen
time.
doors.
Okay, fine.
9
Okay.
cats having fun out of whatever you do.
500 cats, like
So,
whatever.
yeah, you would have 500. I would have 500 for real.
I would not. I don't even having those 6 was like one of the most stressful times
I
of my
know, but
life.
it's fun,
'Cause they were
right?
in everything
I know,
all
they
the
do. I
time.
know.
And everybody
I love
loved
the videos.
I know they were
I
so
love it.
cute.
I
That's
was
the
there
thing.
for the cat
They were
content,
and like
yeah.
I had a drawer that they could. It was like a vanity. And it was floating, and so they could go up the back of it. They would like climb up the pipes, and then they'd hide in the drawer. But it was like I used to keep toilet paper in there, and they would shred the
Oh,
toilet
yeah.
paper every day.
That's like ours. You
I
go
must
in the
have gone
bathroom,
through-
There's just like a roll that's just like shredded. Yeah.
Bite marks in it and
Yep,
shit.
yep.
I like cats because they're so fucking weird.
They are weird. I was actually,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing like a series. So the kitten drawer doesn't work anymore because they gotten too big for it. But I was like, I might do a series of things my cat bit today because like I'll find his teeth marks and things. Like
Start
all
a
the
cat
time.
podcast.
Yeah, no.
You and me.
Yeah, it'll be you guys.
You guys can
No.
have one.
A
I'm
cat
like,
podcast.
and I'll just be like, no, I can't talk about cats. But then I
We'd bring our cats.
my cat's. Well, my cat's actually.
I
would
did a
fuck with
photo
that.
shoot with my
cat
cat.
would
once.
die.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you did a photo shoot with her cat. Hold,
Yeah,
please.
we can post
What is
that.
it? Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
can we post that?
photo?
What did it look like?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like business headshots, and I texted the photographer. I'm like, "Can I bring my new kitten?" She's like, "Sure." And
Oh, it was like a kitten. Oh,
Turned into a full blown orange cat.
Cute.
Yeah,
My
we can
cat's
share that.
Bonkers if I try to do that. Like,
See, I could only have one cat. I can give about enough love for
listen,
one cat.
No,
they are.
they need a
They need a
friend.
friend.
And then
you have
another
to have
friend
two.
and-
I'm their friend.
Nope, you're not. And also, wait, what's happening over there? Are you agreeing?
I'm agreeing with Esteban. Yeah.
He's got 10 cats.
Esteban.
He looks like a 10 cat guy. Oh, hold on. Let me do a quick.
Welcome to
This
the
is Taylor.
podcast. You look like
Taylor
you have
Willie.
10 cats.
Hold on. This is Taylor
Will.
Willie.
Anything yet?
This is Taylor Willie. He's new to the podcast
Okay.
as well. This is
Hopefully,
his
he'll
first
stick
time.
around after we just tell him he doesn't give
Yes,
10
yeah.
cats.
So okay, go ahead, cats.
Okay, so like Esteban was saying, I feel like you are that cat's friend, so that is the cat's friend.
No.
They don't.
No, it's not the same.
No.
It's
They
not
don't
the same.
they
And
don't-
also, like,
they don't like humans. My cats are like.
No, they
fine.
love humans.
No,
You
they
don't train
the
cats
thing
right.
is,
Orange cat likes me. The other ones are.
Your
like,
cats train you. You got to learn how to train the
Are
cat.
you a cat guy?
I'm a cat whisperer.
Okay.
he thinks so. Yeah.
No, I know.
You better go get a
Well,
cat.
you don't have a cat right now, so I don't think you really have.
Mine
a
died of cancer.
Okay, we'll
You
get
should
another
have been
one.
training it.
Thanks for
better.
bringing that up.
I was going to mention another thing is how many cats do you have to have before you're considered a cat lady?
That's it.
Yes.
That's why I've been trying to beat the
threshold?
allegations.
There's a threshold there.
let's
Yes.
I was like
And some
5.
Instagram videos, yeah.
Okay.
Your whole Instagram, like, you are branded with cats.
No, I'm not.
you are.
There is like no cats on my like main
Literally, if
feed at
someone's like,
all.
Name a crazy cat lady. I'd say you,
Fucking
not me,
God.
you.
I feel like there needs to be a poll after this. We need to clip this, and I need a poll if people actually think I'm a cat lady
we're gonna
because
do it.
I am.
cat lady.
I've been trying to beat these
You're more, you
allegations
might have
my
2,
whole
I
life.
might have 4, but you're more of a cat lady than me.
Oh, I refuse. When people buy me like cat related things for my house, I'm like,
I'm gonna send you a cat care package.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I even just like even cat toys. I don't like. I'm just like, no, clean up after yourselves. Like I don't like it. Like
Catnip.
that's why I have to have 2 so they can play with each other because I don't.
Yeah, you need 2. Yeah, it's a minimum.
It
But
truly,
then they fight and shit.
Oh,
and
they
they
don't.
But that's the
wake
thing,
up in
they
the middle of the
fight with
night.
each other
play fight,
instead of like
yeah.
attacking you.
Yep.
I like that morning time, like wake up shit. Did they do that to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The paw padding.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Making biscuits.
Making biscuits.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Putting in a shift.
Rolling my
I was
dough.
like, you need to go to the Humane Society
your
tomorrow and get a cat.
I'm gonna.
I
Show
got
miss
one. If you want an
cats.
extra one, I got one. For
I don't want your nasty ass cat, your
She's
crusty
nice.
ass
She's
geriatric.
She's cute. A tuxedo cat.
Okay.
No, you want it?
Maybe. No.
I'm always sure my husband's like, why are you always trying to get rid of
Yeah,
that
I
cat?
know.
I'm like, it's not mine.
You're like, I'm gonna get rid of this one so I can get 4 more.
I do.
and bring
It's
them in.
true.
You'd give it to me and then your parents would
Yeah,
ask
my
me.
husband's like,
Yeah,
when our
right.
animals die, we're done. I'm like,
That's what I said with my last.
you married the wrong girl because
Yeah,
you said I could do
death
without,
or
I could do
cats
without
do
dogs.
us part.
I can do without dogs, but the cats, that's like we are branded with those. So minimum 3,
Oh man,
maximum 10.
I'm upset about this brand apparently that I've got out there in the world.
You are.
So
a
did
cat.
we answer the question? How many makes a cat lady?
Or does it even depend on how many?
I think it's just the way you
it's more-
post. You just post a lot.
I think that you just are only noticing the cats.
No, you post.
It's
a
like
lot.
when you buy a red
You
car
are
and all
the
you see
cat
is red
lady. Nope,
cars.
You are the cat lady. I will.
I don't like this at
You
all.
are the. You could have 10 or 2, and you're still. You could have 0 cats. I'm like, she's a cat lady. That's just how I look at you. I love it though. All respect.
Okay.
I love a fellow cat lady.
Glad you like it because I don't.
Have you done a cat wedding yet?
What?
I've not.
I don't
If they
know.
wanted, no, that's a good thing. If they wanted to have their little
Like a cat themed or with cats of cats.
All
That person
cats.
is 100% a cat lady.
Yep, you
All
seem like-
thing
yep,
cats.
Yep, he seems like the type that have the cats at his wedding. Yeah, respectfully.
Respectfully.
No, I love this. He's giving off that cat energy over here.
I like that.
We
Big
all are,
cat.
though.
Big
We
cat
all are.
energy.
We
Yeah,
all are. We
yeah,
all are.
BCE.
No, I love cats.
cat
I know. I know. Who knew it tonight to come on this podcast and talk about the cats?
Listen,
But yeah, cats. If they wanted to replace the bridal bouquets with cats, all
that'd
in.
be so
Puppies,
cute.
not so much.
It's
But
not so much
cats,
the throwing of the bouquet then.
we could throw cats off the thing. I don't know, like little kittens.
Okay, I gotta
I'd probably
get-
adopt 10 of
I
them.
gotta ask.
I'm banned from the Humane
I
Society.
gotta ask
so.
Alex because you have dogs and a cat or 2.
I have 2 cats and 2 dogs.
What are you more?
Dog or a cat person?
Yeah.
I'm just an animal person.
Animal
I'm
guy.
both too. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to have a
Answer.
Saint Bernard. Like I love dogs. Like
Yeah.
my schedule is too difficult.
Yeah,
with,
that's like us. We
yeah.
have German Shepherds. but
Yeah.
It's like people, I'll post a picture like, you have a German Shepherd? I'm like, I have 2, but I don't.
right.
They don't get
You-
the love, you know. It's
Yeah.
the cats are my thing and my kids and
Well, I mean, I grew up with dogs, but like anytime I was outside, anytime there was like a cat, they like would come up to me and just like rub up against me. I'm like, and I was fine with it. I was like, oh, cool. And eventually, when me and my wife were like, let's get a cat, and I was like, sure. I don't like it. I like animals, and if they like me, then we're all
And we're
cool.
cool.
And yeah, we got 2 cats on accident.
the animal podcast.
I know. Suddenly,
I love it.
All right, guys. Event
Feels like a
life. Let's change it with pet
Cat life. Cat life.
Cat life. I
Plant
love
life.
it. We should bring our cats.
Plant
next
life.
time.
I don't know.
I like
love
plants,
plants.
too.
I was
thinking about
No,
your
you
cats
don't,
killing your
because those are
plants.
fake.
Those are totally
But
fake.
those are really real.
No,
okay.
they're not.
But we don't have any
We're in
windows
the basement. We can't have. We used to have real ones.
Champagne's
I
kicking
know.
in,
I can
guys.
tell. No, it's good.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing. But we used to have real ones, and then we moved into like the basement, so you can't really have them down here. So,
Evolution of the podcast
Yeah,
studio.
there's no windows in here. What
um,
else you guys want to know?
oh my god. Well, I think we're getting close to wrap up, right?
No, yeah, we're
this is
getting
my
close.
big
But
one.
I want to know, like, obviously the ILEA thing is a target of yours, is like becoming like one of the next goals.
Whoever's
What
watching, come at me. How does that director? Who's the director this year?
I already know. We'll
Can't
tell you
talk
after.
about it.
We'll tell
It's
you
not
after.
announced.
But it's like an ask thing.
It has to be like approved by the
Yeah,
board.
okay,
So there's a
okay.
little bit of an ask.
Put me on the radar. Like 2028 sounds good or
mean,
something. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
I'll add it to the
I'll have like 10
secret
cats by
list
then, but
somewhere.
yeah.
Just kidding. There's no
Yep.
list. But
We can do our first cat thing.
And then I'll cry about it. But yeah,
you're manifesting today.
I am
more
manifesting.
cats.
I am more cats.
Nas Reed basketball.
Nas Reed,
And
Kendrick Lamar.
concert tomorrow.
Yep. Oh my
and
god.
and then Star Wars. Like,
Yeah,
we're
all
putting it
good
in the
things.
universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well-
$1 million. We'll just
Well, if we're
throw
going
that
there,
in.
let's
You got
go
$1 million
there.
But my question, I guess, is just like, what other stuff are you looking forward to doing? Like, what are those like
I
milestones?
don't know. I mean, people ask like, what's up in 5-10 years, and I'm like, I don't want to be like an old lady at the weddings. I don't want to be like walking around with my cane and be like,
It's
you
gonna
know
be
what
me
I
in like a
mean?
year
No,
because
yeah,
my knees are.
Yeah, my
So,
knees are fucked.
I am throwing this out there too. I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah.
I've always talked about maybe opening a venue. Now, who doesn't though, right? That sounds easy. I'm going to open a venue and I'm going to be on a
That's actually why I
yacht.
asked, because I hear from a lot of planners.
Yeah.
You plan enough, you understand the flow of.
I mean, I get it.
building
Yeah, I
and
get it. And I
yep.
know it's not easy. And the first person I'm going to call is Cat Lady over here.
Yeah.
And I do need-
You can call me a cat lady as long as
Yeah.
you hire me. Fine.
I know.
fine,
You're in my
yes.
phone as Cat Lady.
Great.
You know that? Jessica, what? No. But no,
Lady Bear,
no,
that's
definitely going
me.
to call Jessica.
Yeah.
And Christina.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not like, of course, people are like, oh, I'm going to start a venue, but it's not.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
Oh, yeah, it's hard.
but-
I know, and I get that. Like Star Awards, I like to deal with like a challenge. I like
Yeah.
that. So a venue, maybe. Always looking at spots, but they're $3 million, and then I'm like, well,
yeah. You know,
halfway there, but I don't quite have the money, so
I
it
feel like
doesn't end up
there's-
happening.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Clearly, I've had a little bit too, but I do feel like
Drinking
there's
LaCroix.
no. There's something in there. There's some liquor.
There's bubbles in there.
Oh, is
Yeah.
there?
No,
Okay.
there's some liquor of
Looks
some
like
kind.
LaCroix. I'm like,
It
oh,
is
you
a
are
lot of that
sober. No.
mostly,
Well,
but
she did make a stiff cocktail.
Yeah.
Before you got
Oh,
here.
a stiff one. Okay, that's what she said last time. You guys are- I saw that.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
That.
That we made a stiff cocktail. That I made one.
He said that's what she said. You guys are
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Right.
The callback to last episode?
I
I'm
said
calling
something
back.
like, "That's my kind of night," or I didn't say that, but you thought.
But
I
you
said it.
did.
Yeah.
Didn't it sound like that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
She
He
said
likes
it's that kind of night.
It's that kind of night, you
heard,
thought I
"Is
said."
that's my
My kind of. I was like, damn, girl.
You're live. No.
Oh God, we're in it.
Yeah.
I lost track of what we
I
were
don't know.
talking about.
Venue. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that
putting
I-
that out there. I'm gonna open one. but-
Yeah. Well, and this is what I was going to say is that I feel like we're entering an era in the not so distant future where people who have owned them for a while are going to be
Yep.
looking to retire.
Yeah.
So I do think
You got
people
any for
should start
sale?
conceptualizing.
$2 million just ready to go. No,
Listen, you
no, I'm
know,
broke.
You've got to have an exit strategy.
But for real, let me know. I'm literally like that's 10-year party might be a retirement party for Events by Melody. I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know.
I'm so excited for your 10-year party.
I know, aren't you? Me too. It's not even
'Cause
planned.
I
yet.
got to be invited, right?
Yeah, you're invited.
Okay.
You guys are all, everyone in this room. Yeah.
All right.
Bring the cats too. Yeah.
A cat
I'm going to
party.
show up
Do
in
it.
like just like a cat.
We should. We
stole or
should do
some
cat themed.
Dumb shit. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
like my 10 years, kind of like, what do I do? What's next? It's
cat jammies for everybody.
that's true. Yeah,
I have a question about venue ideas. For,
He's like, can we go back to business, please?
I know.
Thank
I
you.
got the cat.
Thanks to the producer back there.
the venue idea in the cities or outside of the cities?
So I want in the cities. My husband was like, let's do like Chaska or like Eden Prairie. I'm like, no one wants to get married there. Like I'm a city girl.
Yeah.
Isn't Bavaria and Chaska?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
No one was.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but
But not for you. It's just not for you.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I just think city is like
Yeah. Where do you live?
Savage Prairie
Okay.
Lake. So
Okay. So,
Suburb,
but I
yeah.
get it. Like,
But like Minneapolis is like that's where I do most of my
Yeah.
weddings.
Yeah.
It's Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'm not going to like except Bavaria down at Hutton House. But yeah, I want to. I don't know. I just again, I'll call you if it
yeah.
happens.
I mean,
but I don't
somebody's
know.
looking to get rid of one or sell theirs. I will let you hit you up.
I know. I was. What happened to Machine Shop? I was ready to buy, and then D'Amico came and.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Things are changing,
yeah.
but
A little tasting in a few weeks to go into that.
yeah, yeah.
I'm headed
bring
there
your cat?
too. Yeah.
You going?
Yes.
You are okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This will probably be out right around then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So probably the week of that. I think.
Yeah. I'll be there. A little tasting. Did they buy him out, or should we just keep our mouth shut?
Yeah.
I think
I
we'll
don't think we
wait.
know enough
I think we'll wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll probably try to follow up with somebody from that
Okay.
whole
Okay,
transaction.
you can cut this out if you need to.
No, we'll leave it in.
Spilled
but,
the beans.
Well, people know.
Champagne's kicking in, you guys.
Obviously, people know, and people are talking
Yeah, it's
about
out
it.
there.
And
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
we are going to do our best to get somebody on here that can talk
Okay,
about.
then we'll be there. We'll be there in 3 or 4 weeks with our
Yeah.
champagne and.
Isn't that like 2 weeks from now?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. But you know how it is.
It's not even. What day is it? It
It's
doesn't matter.
Friday.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
no. Anyways, okay. So I feel like I want to ask a question, and then maybe we need to wrap
Yep.
it up after
Yeah,
that.
we're getting.
What is your favorite thing about doing events?
I love full plan design. So seeing it just from concept to reality. I love a reception room reveal day of. They walk in and they see it because they don't know. They're just like trusting in me or whatever. Like, is this gonna look good? I'm like, it's gonna look great. And
Yeah.
so that reception room reveal, that's fun.
Yeah.
I always say carve that in, and yeah, just for me to see it come to life, and
I love that.
yeah, I love that part. So
That's cool. Yeah, I think that the room reveals are so fun. Like I forget
So fun.
sometimes how good they are
Yep.
because I don't do weddings that often.
Yep.
And then when I have one, I'm like, oh, this is such a good moment.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Those are my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
Like I have a question I sent. I'm like, you going to do one of these? People are like, no. I'm like, you have to do.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. Just to see like your whole vision and what you planned and designed. And I love that.
That's awesome.
Yep. I love it. It's been great.
Yeah.
Chatting.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Do you have any shout outs or like plugs you want to?
You can follow me on Instagram at
to the
events by Melody MN or personal at events at Melody Hall XO. That's where the cat content's at. Events by Melody.
Cats, donuts, champagne, espresso martinis. That's where you
Sometimes
find
a
it.
little slip up. Events by Melody posts a cat picture, but Melody Hall XO. That's where the cat
Depends on a mini
cat
champagne.
content, Kendrick Lamar, champagne, all that shit's over there. So, yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming. I know you guys keep telling me 10 p.m. So I'm like, no.
Well, we
I
got
never
you in.
told you 10 p.m.
Well, you said night, so I said
Anything.
I said evening.
well, that's evening.
That's
This
10
is
o'clock
pushing
too,
it right
yeah.
now. You guys are very lucky to have me.
Yeah. We feel blessed, actually. Yes, we do. We agree.
I like
good.
you
I
2
know.
drinks in.
I know, this is like 6 drinks in.
I was going to say, the bottle's getting.
the pregame.
Yeah, there's a big glass right there.
Yeah,
I
this is also
that was a mega
no,
pint,
I'm going to call my
yes.
Uber home. No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for coming on. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
It's been awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for watching the podcast. Hit the like and follow button to stay updated on our latest episode. If you have ideas of topics or guests you'd like us to interview, drop us a comment and we'll see you next time.